90 cameras, 114 microphones, 12 celebrities, and one very famous house. And I'm not talking about the white one. So, who will put their star-studded egos aside to make it to the end? We'll find out soon enough. But first, get ready to expect the unexpected. Get ready for AfterBuzz TV's Celebrity Big Brother After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
80s vibe?
It is.
I can't really hear
it's
it.
so throwback. I can't hear
I
it
thought
either.
Lizzo was like a part of a duo.
Guys, I thought it was Lizo.
Liza.
Why was
I don't
the song
know.
chosen? No.
Charles chose
Listen,
Seriously.
it's called Juice, and this season is gonna give me all the juice.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
All
All right,
the
good
vibes,
evening, guys.
all the
I am
vibes.
Bryce McLeay, and welcome to AfterBuzz TV Celebrity Big Brother After Show. It has been an action-packed 3-night episodic journey for our house
Yes.
guests.
Woo,
I have
episodic.
so many questions, including, is Joey Lawrence bald? And,
Oh my god.
yeah, does the mooch have a dye job? A lot of these are hair-related. But I'm so excited because we have our panel back together.
We're
Two-
here,
Back
y'all.
together again.
It's been years and years.
No,
Yeah,
really?
You guys
it has
have
been a
missed
very
us.
long time.
It's been like
a very long time.
5 months.
Been at least one dog year.
All right, to my left is the winner of Big Brother Over the Top and
Yes,
current
winner.
X on the Beach
Oh,
star,
guys.
Morgan Willett.
I'm blushing, I'm sweating. It's fine. It's so good to be here. I'm so excited to talk about Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, what's going on? All I know is Ryan Lochte needs to stop saying Lochte loaded. Because it really annoys me.
Zing.
And that zinger is Jessica Williams, who you are going to be monitoring the insanity that is the Big Brother social media world, aren't you?
Yes, and you guys are already here in lit, and we
Oh my
appreciate
god,
it.
look at that lit.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are
Oh,
lit.
we are lit.
We are,
You're
and
super lit.
you guys are joining us so late. If you're on the East Coast, shout out to us because it's 1:30 a.m.
Morning.
Wow.
You're committed,
Damn.
guys.
Come on.
Yes, and no BB discussion is complete without the comedy stylings of Charles Conoly.
Oh, thank you so much
Yes.
for comedy. Are you talking about my face or my words?
Both.
Both of them. Well,
Usually
one
it's
thing-
both.
One thing that always remains consistent with me is this shirt. This shirt is actually the shirt that I wore on my very first Big Brother after show, y'all.
Oh my
And I'm wearing it
gosh.
again.
Have you washed it since then?
Once.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
one
that's
time.
good.
And
Lucky
it's really
me.
nice. I washed it in the river.
Lucky me.
All right, let's get started. It's only been 3 episodes, but we're predicting our early picks to win later on in the show, so
Ooh.
stay
Ooh.
with us. But first, let's hear a little bit about AfterBuzz. Charles?
Oh my gosh. Well, hey guys, before we go to the next point, I just want to talk about how AfterBuzz is the ESPN of TV talk. And for us to continue to grow, we have a list for y'all. We all need to hit this checklist. You need to make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. So being a part of AfterBuzz is so special for me, guys. And I'm
And
going to tell
why?
you, listen,
Tell
I
us
have a
why.
AfterBuzz TV brought me to a place where I can spread my wings and wear the same shirt every single time I come on
Ah,
this
I
show.
can fly.
I can literally air out my dirty laundry on this show, which is exactly what I'm doing. So thank you all for supporting us and doing what we love, doing what I love, and thank you for putting up with this really natural plug, y'all.
Yeah. No, we are very grateful. We're very grateful you guys coming
Yeah.
back to us and with all your comments. So please tweet us and talk to us on the live. We're
Yeah.
following that. So let us know your thoughts on the season so far. All right, before we get to the episodes, we have to address the White House elephant in the room here. Where in the world is Anthony Scaramucci?
Switzerland.
This is a segment I'm calling 1600 Big Brother Avenue, by the way. Which was initiated because of Omarosa last year. Anyway, yes, Morgan, you're right. He is in Switzerland. He was spotted in Switzerland. He played very coy with TMZ. He said that we're going to have to tune in on Friday to see what happened because as the live feeds came up, nobody saw him. So it was all over the news, so this shouldn't be a spoiler to
All over the news.
you. Yeah.
Literally.
So
CNN. No.
yeah, no, for real. Like every major
Right,
news
right.
outlet. So I have my theories, but I want to hear what you guys think.
Guys, okay. One, everyone from what I've seen on Twitter is like, he quit, he was unhappy, he quit. Okay, his little picture on the wall has not gone gray. And 100%, if someone ever quit, it's so frowned upon, they would gray his photo out immediately.
Yes.
So the fact that it is still lit up means, in my opinion, I think he's coming back. I think there was I think it's something in his contract. I think it was something like he had to go do something. they could spin it into some kind of twist, which I think is stupid.
But you were saying too that you like. I mean, he is a very powerful businessman. He is a big businessman,
Right.
and this is a huge event. I mean, this is. I mean, from what I've heard, I don't know.
Switzerland thing?
I literally have no idea what the event is. But
I'm
when
like,
I,
was there
but I
an
read in the
event or
article,
was
it
he
was like a lot of
vacationing?
financial people are going to be there. I mean, obviously, I don't have any clue about finances. Have you seen what I'm wearing? But I'm just saying that it's very.
Same.
So I mean.
So that's how I feel. I don't think that he walked out. I agree, because his number one goal was to stay in the house longer than he was in the actual White House, which was 12 days. And he was out. So I don't think that he's going to walk out on that. And he wasn't really in a position to. I don't think that he was the target this week. But if it was something that was planned, like an important trip, wouldn't they inform the other house guests? Because when I was watching the After Dark yesterday, literally they're like, Anthony's been gone for 2 days and he hasn't come back and his picture isn't great. Like, they were acknowledging it, but they were so confused themselves. So why not inform everyone? But they did say that on tomorrow's live show there was going to be a big twist and 2 people would be out.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not hear that. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Here's what I think. Whenever I first heard the news that Anthony Scaramucci was leaving the house or had left the house, I thought, okay, this is kind of believable because, one, he was kind of incognito under the radar, not really participating in the first couple of episodes, and I could totally believe if he gets into the house and realizes this isn't really something that I want to do or put myself out there for. Like, I'm kind of making a fool out of myself every episode. I'm a big family guy. Like, he talked about how he was Italian. I loved his family. I don't want to be gone for that long. I mean, we saw how much it affected Marissa. She was in there. I mean, this is a short season. So I believed it. But then whenever you brought up the fact that this might be because of a pre-scheduled event, I also believed that because this is kind of like the biggest get of the season. Anthony Scaramucci, he's so relevant. He's all over the news. And I can easily see how Scaramucci would say something like, I will come on to Big Brother, but I have to leave for 5 days in the middle of the season, and Big Brother agreeing to that.
But I just have such a hard time understanding why they would agree to that because it is a 3-week season.
Yeah.
It's not like if it was a summer season, they're there 100 days. I'm like, yeah, go take your Switzerland trip for 2
Right.
days. It's not
Yeah.
going to matter. But like that's a fourth of the season or
Right.
whatever. I can't do math, but it just
Well-
doesn't make sense to me.
No, true.
Yeah, the thing that the word that gets me is cliffhanger. And Anthony Scaramucci is not somebody that's like, yeah, I think he's like some calculated, complex person. I think he pretty much says what he means. So the word cliffhanger is very interesting to me. If he would have quit or left or whatever, like he wouldn't. I don't think he would have said that word. That's what makes me think that you guys are on the money a little bit.
I think he's coming back for sure.
The problem is that it's just weird to me. I agree with you, though. I mean, yes, I do think he's relevant at this time. Like, he was obviously a part of the White House, but is he that big of a get right now? He doesn't really have any animosity toward the president, which is the reason why Omarosa was there, because she was literally just fired. Like, she went from the
Right.
White House immediately into the Big Brother house. This is not the same situation. I do know that obviously Julie really wanted Scaramucci. They wanted it. She wanted him in the first season. She mentioned that when it was announced, and then she said that she wanted him again. So I'm wondering if that's maybe like
Yes.
What I did notice though is that every time he speaks, he has buzzwords that I feel that he implants into all of his, all of his little sayings. He always mentions Trump, the White House, and his position,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, it's kind of forced. Now, one thing I will say about Anthony Scaramucci, because I do follow politics very closely, is that I feel like he was one that left the administration, but was really fair in a sense of how he analyzed the situation after he left. Like, he has done interviews and have talked truth about the president in ways that he's not being so strategic while everyone else like falls to the president's mercy. But Anthony has like been like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. So I was excited, honestly, for him to be in the house just to see another side of him. But where's the third side?
Yeah.
'Cause out
All right, do
the
you
door.
guys do you guys care about like if he's gone or whatever? Like, let us know. Tell us what you guys think as we move
I mean,
on
he's not
to
the most exciting. He hasn't been
Oh
the
my
most
god, no,
exciting.
he's
so.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So not entertaining.
yeah, so let us know what you think in the comments. All right, so let's move on very quickly. Let's run down through the celebrities. Okay, it's Tom Green, Tamar Braxton, Ryan Lochte, Lolo Jones, Ricky Williams, Natalie Eva Marie, 3 first names is what I'm calling her. Kato Kalin, Candy Burris, Jonathan Bennett, Joey Lawrence, Dina Lohan, and maybe Anthony Scaramucci. It's been 3 episodes, so who do you guys like so far? Not who you want to win, but who do you guys like? Morgan?
Who do I like?
Ooh. Which I
Like, after
did-
we've seen the first 3
Right.
episodes, who's standing out to you?
Did not think I would like Tom Green when they first announced him. I'm obsessed with him, and I honestly think that if he goes home, I will have a hard time tuning in. I think he is hysterical.
He keeps talking about his one ball. Like, all he talks about.
Right, but I'm just like, also, and I'll give you, I didn't think that he was going to play the game, but according to like what I kind of heard on the live feed is like now he's like thinking and he pulled Kato aside and was like, hey man, like let's talk game. So I'm like, all right, he's strategizing.
Okay.
I think he's hysterical. And I like his commentary. I think it is needed because a lot of these people don't know how to talk and I don't know, in front of a camera. So I'm like, I'm all for Tom Green.
Yeah.
Jessica?
Okay. I just want him to be a little more funnier. That's
Really?
all.
Oh my
Oh, I
Yeah.
think he's funny.
I'm just like,
I
have a
just need
weird
bit
sense
more.
of humor.
Tamar's
But it
funnier
is-
than him.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Context of the show.
you can't, like...
And there we go. Perfect segue. That's my girl. Tamar, and listen, so I came into this season more excited about last year's Celebrity Big Brother because I love Tamar. Like, I am a fan. But you have to, Tamar is an acquired taste, and you have to, like, understand her more to get her, right? And so, like, Candy and Tamar, for example, like, I've watched both of their reality shows since their inception. I know their behavior patterns. Like, there's things, so I'm going to be their whisperer.
Yeah,
you know,
I know,
in
this is great.
Yeah,
Tamar
because,
whisperer.
yeah, but she's hilarious. She's not scripted. Like, that's just her.
for sure.
And so that's my number one. Now, I don't think she's gonna win, unfortunately, because there's strategy and keeping your mouth shut on some stuff. But anyway, who's your favorite, Charles?
Okay, I have multiple favorites for multiple reasons. A lot of these people on this show are really entertaining to watch, but I'm hesitant to say they're my favorite because I know that my favorites aren't going to make it that far. Like Tamar, I don't know if she's going to make it as far as I want her to make it. Like, I think that my favorite on the show... at the beginning it was Candy because I was such a big fan.
Yeah.
But now I'm really into the Lolo Jones and Ryan Lochte dynamic, and I'm just enthralled by Lolo Jones. Did she say she was a virgin at the
Yes,
beginning?
she's
of the
a
episode?
virgin.
Guys,
Okay, I mean...
She did.
I'm so over this being a talking point in the media. I can't
Sorry, no.
describe
Yeah,
how
some
over
like
it
some
I am.
like phoenix rising, it's some unicorn. That,
Morgan's like, every girl
Not
says
Phoenix.
that.
But I'm just like, even like with the Bachelor thing, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
guys,
his
okay,
name.
say it once, and maybe it's relevant for the Bachelor. I still find it creepy. That's the only thing they talk about.
Yeah.
But for Big Brother, it's not a dating show. No one's
No.
trying to hook up with you. No one cares if you're a virgin or not.
it's
so
a
don't say it.
It's like Tom Jones's ball. I mean, no one cares.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
she,
it's just like
she mentioned
the
it once.
shock.
She did, like, nobody's talked about it since. But like,
It was still in her
That-
package.
I know it was in her package, but like that kind of, it was like, oh, like made me raise an eyebrow, and then everything after that I was like, oh, you're kind of an interesting person who I did
Yeah.
not like. I did not expect Lolo Jones to be the Lolo Jones I'm seeing in the house.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who she was prior.
shit.
So, but I will say that I do think that it is so interesting. I know that you're like, oh my God, I'm over it. But it is interesting that a person has just lived their life, even, being a celebrity and everything, and she just made the decision just to wait. So
Sure.
it's kind of cute. And
Yeah.
I think people like have the expectation of like, ooh, so will it be here? Like, who's it going to be?
And she lived in the Olympic Village too. I hear that they have a lot of sex in the Olympic Village.
Yeah, well,
Really?
I'd like to know
yeah.
where you heard this, Charles.
In the Olympic
Oh,
Village.
that was like that was a
When
talking
he
point.
visited?
Oh yeah, the Olympic
Yeah.
Village was like
Hot and heavy.
What?
They all just
The
hooked up
like-
with
Are you
each other?
like the bunny ranch.
Do you know how many abs are in the Olympic Village? Hundreds of thousands
That
of abs.
doesn't mean you just
so
go
many different
in.
abs?
So
You
just
would have
so
fit in
she-
really well.
the shout out to our live chat because we see
I mean,
you.
because of your abs, not because of your like sexual prowess. I hope that was clear.
Not because of your sexual prowess.
You guys, I never thought I would say this, but I actually really like Ryan Lochte.
I think
Really?
he's
Like,
hysterical.
me too.
I just
I
think
like
he's
him too.
really real, and like
He
that's
is
so
real.
clear. I mean, he doesn't know the game. I don't think he's gonna win. I just think that he's so like he's just kind of like he's kind of like us. He's like
Yeah.
a little doofy. He's just like
La-di-da-di.
very real.
Well, we know the show.
Well, yeah, I mean that
So he's
not
not
like
like
us, and
us.
but like
He's
the public, like the people that
Yeah.
are watching and tuning in for the first time. I
Yeah.
feel like they're kind of seeing it through Ryan's eyes, like, hey,
No,
we're
that's
kind of
true.
like, we're kind of figuring this out together. But like, yes, he's an Olympian, so he wins. He wins he won a competition.
He's the voice of the people.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I just like the thing, that he called it as athlete,
Athlete.
and he keeps
then, of course-
calling Dina.
And he's an
Diana.
athlete.
Diana,
Like, and he's
D.
an athlete. I mean, I mean, we can't say our own titles wrong.
I know.
Well, you know what it is? It's like everybody in there is so Hollywood and so celebrity, and Ryan Lochte is so not that.
Yeah.
That it makes it like.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Can we talk about his custom pool, though? I mean,
Oh,
come on.
my
They didn't just put
Guys.
that.
Oh my God.
That was not by coincidence.
That was when we
We
talked.
can't
flow.
go 3 weeks without like. You
No,
live.
but Marissa. So Marissa was on our show, and she was like, she said that the reason why they did that is because she's like, they put a jacuzzi in their house, and no one wanted to use it because it was gross or something, and so they
Ew.
put a pool in there because they wanted to see this cast get naked. They wanted to see like people in their swimsuits. That was her theory.
Fascinating.
That was her theory.
But it's
And
like
of course, Marissa was that was much funnier when she said it. But
So can I just shout
I
out
bet.
our live chat real quick?
Yes,
They're
please
so
do. Yeah.
into
Oh,
our
please.
conversation. And so we have favorites here. So Lauren says that Tamar is a great entertainer, and he's like listing some of her songs because she does have multiple albums out, guys. You know that? Yes. She's a
Yes,
Grammy-nominated
queen.
recording artist.
you don't know that.
Joseph says that his favorites are Natalie and Lolo. So
Is that
he likes
Joseph
that.
Boza?
Yes, it
Love
Okay,
is.
him.
Joe, we
What
love
up?
you here.
What up? You've been
Anyway, yeah, so
riding
what
with
does he
us for a
say? He
minute.
likes-
He loves Natalie and Lolo. So
Okay.
I like
I think
their
that he
dynamic
likes
a
their
lot.
duo. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Fierce
okay.
girls. The future is
The future's female. I wore that for them.
Yes.
Yes.
Ish. Yeah, maybe.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking gameplay, Ryan Lochte beats out Jonathan Bennett to become the first HOH, and Jonathan then sways Ryan not to put up his Mean Girls mom, Dina. Well, I guess it's not his mom, but like she's not a real
cool
mom.
mom.
She's a cool
Cool
mom.
mom.
Gosh, how many? Let's try to get as many Mean Girls references in this
Deal.
show
I'm
as
game.
the,
Oh,
as the
yes.
broadcast show
Oh, let's
does.
do it.
But do you guys think that? I guess or Deanna or Diana. Do you think that the producers planted that on Jonathan because Dina's kind of, I mean, we haven't really seen much of her, but I just kind
That's
of
a good
wonder if
point.
they wanted her to go a little bit further because she was kind of that name that was leaked. And
See, I don't think so. I think he legitimately saw her as someone who he had a good contact with. Because especially like in that house, if you know anyone from outside, I feel like that's someone you're like, I kind of trust them. I'd rather keep them. Because, I mean, he's going to know that Dina is not going to vote him out. She's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
lovable mom. Lindsay did a movie with him. I can't vote him out. I can totally see that. So I get why he did it. And also, I think CBS sees her as dull. I mean,
really?
Well, I think
just-
that the
I just-
public does. I
yeah,
think
or
that
maybe
the
that, but it's
viewers,
just like she's not
us.
giving
Yeah.
us a lot. She's not really
Nothing.
like playing the game. She's not really connecting with a lot of people. So it's
Yeah.
like if she did leave, I feel like it wouldn't be a huge loss.
But do you guys think that do you think that was Jonathan's downfall? To not,
No.
He didn't. To not what?
just to sway, do you think Jonathan's downfall was because he swayed Ryan not putting Dina up and then the alliance as we saw, well, we'll get into that, but
Well,
go
I
ahead.
think his downfall-
Tell me
I
what
have
you
a
think. Just
response.
tell me what you think about.
I think his downfall with that whole situation was making it too obvious to his alliance because he didn't loop his alliance in on what
Yes.
he and Ryan
Correct.
were talking about. And then I forget, was it Tamar or Natalie who spotted him giving that look to Ryan?
Lolo.
Yeah.
Lolo spotted him, and she was like, he gave a look to Ryan whenever he was picking the people to put on the block. I think that it's okay if you have if you want to plant a seed in like Ryan's ear to who you want on the block, but you have to loop your alliance in because these people they have big egos, and if they feel like they're not being included, they're going to try to stab you in the back. They're like, well, what's wrong with me? Why aren't you including me?
Yeah.
Why, am I a part of this alliance or
Yeah.
not? I mean, we see with Candy and Tamar.
Yes.
Of course, like Lolo and even that's later on. We'll talk about that. But I think he was just a little bit like unelegant in how he got Ryan to save Dina.
What do you think, Jessica?
I first of all, I love his reaction. So I was drawn to that because everyone who came out,
Oh my
he was
God,
like,
that was
"Oh,"
hysterical.
You know, and then we put the pieces
So
together. So
funny.
he's fun. I actually really like him and his personality.
Is that what he's like in
Yeah.
real life? Because
yes.
Morgan's
oh
friends
my,
with him.
Oh, you-
yeah,
okay.
I'm close with him.
Love that.
He's just like that in real
Yeah.
life. Very animated. Like the first time I met him, he was like, do you like group chats? I love a group chat. Like, let's get in a group chat. And I'm like, yeah, okay, Jonathan. So now I'm in a group chat with him and his boyfriend. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just like that. But I can see, and that's, I think, it's what Marissa told him. She was like, you're going to have to downplay it because I can see him rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because he's on all the time. Like, there's
Yeah.
never an off switch.
And I think my biggest challenge, though, like, fine, save Dina. Like, that part was fine. But the alliances, they have to communicate, and I feel like they're talking through each
Thank
other
you.
and not to
Yeah.
each other, because it's like if you have a little inkling or a slight like, let's talk it out,
Yeah.
and then you'll get
Yes.
to the
Oh my
bottom of
God.
it. But they let it fester, and then that turns into paranoia, and then that turns into them needing to do a dramatic action to be like, oh, they're not gonna get the best of me,
Exactly.
and it just crumbles.
Well, then when they're like, instead of actually talking to them, they're like, I don't know what's happening. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You're in an
Like,
alliance.
It's
Ask
like,
him.
yeah, go
Right.
talk to them. Like,
Yeah.
bust down their door
But
if you
I
have
think
to.
that was Jonathan's downfall. Why was a 7-person alliance?
Yeah, here, wait,
That-
here, go through these. Let's go through these. Hang on.
There's 12 people.
There's like
You're gonna put
1,000 of them.
7 of them in an
Well,
alliance and think
that
it's gonna
didn't
work?
work.
Yeah, so
though.
it's Ryan, Jonathan, Natalie, Lolo, Tamar, Candy, and sort of Joey.
Joey's just out.
Until he was like, I don't like the word alliance.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
That moment, I was like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, he said he hated the word alliance.
What are you
Like,
doing?
Do you know what show you're on?
That, and they were literally about to bring him in. They were
Yeah.
waiting. They were like, okay, once you stop talking,
Yeah.
we're gonna tell you. And then he's like, no alliance. They're like, abort,
Yeah.
abort.
But then we have the 4-girl alliance, which is 3 first names. Lolo. I should
Tamar
really
and
stop calling
Candy.
her 3 first names because she's
Nem.
actually
Natalie.
Nem.
Natalie.
Yeah,
Natalie,
oh,
you were-
Nem.
Nem.
Okay, so Nem. I really like that. So we have Nem. We have Lolo, Candy, and Tamar, right?
Yes.
And then we have Faux Show or Faux Show.
Fondue.
Fondue.
Oh,
Fondue.
God, fondue.
Oh
Yes.
my God, I miss fondue.
Yes.
And that's so that was Ryan, Jonathan, Natalie, and Lola. That's
Yes.
the Olympians,
Yeah.
plus Jonathan. And then what
Like the
we were
Misfits.
dubbing the Dad Alliance, which was
Like the
Tom,
Misfits.
Cato, and it's the Mooch.
God,
Yeah.
that alliance was the saddest thing I've ever seen. It being formed at the kitchen counter,
You're
like,
like,
wait, we should be in an
It
alliance.
looked like
was
like a
so-
like a fiber commercial,
I know,
like a
they're like-
Mucinex
Yeah.
or not a Mucinex,
I know.
Metamucil.
Metamucil.
Yeah,
And
there
it
you
was
go.
so like manipulative in a way that it didn't need to. I feel like the mooch set them up. He's like, so what's an alliance to you? They said, okay, great. So yeah, we're in it. We're in it. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, are we?
everyone knows what an alliance
It was very
is.
intense.
Scaramucci was like, okay.
It was kind of mafia.
It was like, I know what an alliance is, but like, in your words, like,
Right.
what would you say it
And then
means?
yes,
It's
they were
like,
gonna
what
shake
would
on
you-
it. It was
what
like,
do you
whoa, calm
think it
down,
is?
brother.
Yeah, he's like, okay, pretend
wanted to-
I'm a second grader.
We want to shake on it real quick.
Like, explain it.
But who do you guys think out of these? So let's just say these 3. Let's aside from the Dad Alliance, forget it. So who do you think has the capacity to go as far as they can?
With the alliances.
I mean, who's gonna reign free? Which is gonna crack? Because obviously we saw tonight
Natalie.
that things were cracking.
Cracking big time.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
I think-
Earthquake, fault line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Natalie Eva Marie, among the mixture of alliance. Oh wait, but she messed up big time.
Yes. Talk about that. Talk about
Oh
that.
my God. Okay, so I
Best
forgot.
moment
Tell us about
tonight.
The
that.
best moment, I would
Yes.
say that Natalie Eva Marie was set up well to go far with these alliances, but then she walks into the room with Lolo, or where Lolo is, and she thinks that she and Lolo are alone,
Rookie mistake.
and she says, what do you want to call our final 2? Which is like, what do you even need a name, 1? And she doesn't check the room. Tamar, the most problematic woman in Celebrity Big Brother, is sleeping, like laying on the bed.
And not
right
even
And also,
hiding,
and also
not
the
even
smartest who
hiding.
knows the game.
Yeah.
Right, like she knows this game, and
That
she is
was
super smart.
an atomically bad move.
She's just looking at them like, do you not know
Bonehead
that
move.
I'm here?
And then Eva Marie was like, how am I going to backtrack? Oh wait, I literally can't backtrack because I gave myself away in the most obvious way.
that
and she's
makes
like,
me so
I
sad.
didn't mean to say 2. I meant to say
Right, what did you mean to say?
Yeah.
Right.
We have an alliance name. There
Exactly.
was no coming back from that. That was so
And I
awkward.
love the
Yeah.
way that Tamar honestly sat there silent and
Was like-
watched and was like, okay,
girl, what are you doing?
you think I'm a fool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, boo-boo. But they could have saved it. They could have been like, okay, you know what? We did have a final 2, but we want to loop you in. Because
Right.
Tamar don't like candy. That
Tamar-
would have been
Yeah, they could have
perfect.
easily done that.
They're not good
But
thinkers.
I don't think Tamar would have bought it. She would have been like, no.
She loves those girls. I think that she would have been like, okay, you know, you can have your final 2, but bring me in and we'll be good.
Yeah. Anyways, of all the people in the alliance, I thought she was best set up to go far, but now
Until.
oh God, I want to say Lolo, but I think she's too emotional.
And I heard
Oh, yeah.
apparently she had some crazy moments today, like on the feed. So I think,
Oh.
and she was on the challenge, and apparently from what my friends who watched
Oh,
her
yeah.
season, she was nuts, like
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So I'm waiting for that to come out. I think we'll see that, and I think once she starts cracking, it's she's gonna be an easy
Game
target.
I can see that.
Yes.
Nuts,
Like, yeah, she's
unstable,
crazy,
emotional,
and let's
reactive.
get the Olympian out. So
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that really is just strange to me is like, and what we kind of haven't seen, but we've talked about. Obviously, you know, the celebrity community is fairly small, so these people do know each other from like various, you know, in various quadrants, or maybe like seeing each other at a party and stuff. It's not like the regular season of Big Brother where people are coming in and you would have they purposely make it, unless it's like Morgan, but I mean, unless they purposely make it
Right.
so
You
you
don't
know
know
the
nobody.
person, you don't know a clue, have no whatever. So this is the most interesting thing to me is the fact that we have these people that are holding on to their baggage that's outside of the house and bringing it in here. So I mean, and I want you guys to talk about the Tamar and Candy, but also Lolo and Ryan. I mean, we saw Lolo flip him off tonight, and I just think that this is not these tiny petty little things that are happening outside the house are so much smaller than what is actually happening inside the house, and they have yet to grasp that. And I know it's only been, they've only probably been in there like 5 days at this point from what we've seen, but I just think that it's such a detriment. But segueing from off of that, I wanted to hear like kind of about what the
Okay.
Candy and Tamar
this
beef
written
started
down.
with.
Okay, correct me. You'll probably know more, but this is according to an article. I think this is how it started. So back in 2017, the two were performing on tour together at their sold-out Atlanta stop. Tamar was opening, and she invited a singer who had previously said unsavory things about Candy and her group Escape to join her on stage. So that obviously didn't sit well with Candy. So Candy had the two friends of Tamar, which is T.S. Madison, that's her name,
Ooh,
and Kia,
T.S.
who
Madison?
sings "My Neck, My Back," that one, yeah.
know
They had
T.S.
so Candy had them removed from the concert before they could even take the stage with Tamar. So didn't even let them go, even though Tamar invited them to come perform with her. So then the friend tweeted, "Well, it was about to be an epic night being a part of my girl Tamar Braxton's show, but it seems like the Queen's Court, which is their group, got under them other hosts' skin. F them other hoes."
Who tweeted that?
The friend that Candy kicked out.
T.S.
So
Madison?
Yes.
Oh my god, if it was T.S. Madison, it was probably problematic.
Yeah, so apparently that's what started
Do you know
the
T.S.
beef.
Your favorite word? No, I'm laughing at you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. And then I also heard that I guess once Tamar was released from the reel, then Candy went on, and that caused more issues and like bad blood. I don't know if you have any more.
Candy went on.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I think.
What about them? Have they ever crossed paths like their shows?
they have. So they were on tour together. It was the Escape Tour, which is Candy's group.
But not on their reality shows. Like
no,
they've never
no.
crossed
They have
that's-
two
that's
different
never-
reality
okay.
shows, but they are two women from that both been doing reality for quite a while. I mean, Tamar's
Right.
reality show's been around for like 10 years. Candy is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta probably for like 5 or 6 years by now. Prior,
than that.
Tamar was a host on The Real, and so their lives cross all the time, but they're both from Atlanta and they both live in Atlanta.
That
So
makes
it's
sense.
kind of like shady beef, and at the same time, they have a mutual friend that Tamar has been in and out of friendship with, which was another girl from Escape called Tiny, and that's T.I.'s
yeah.
wife. So there was drama there, and then they did like this whole social
Interesting.
like makeup thing where they were trying to be friends again because Tamar was super close to her. But Tamar unfortunately has this consistency of getting into beef with a lot of people because she is super emotional. She's a Pisces. She wears her emotions on her sleeves, and when she can be shady sometimes, she doesn't like to be told it. And so and Candy is someone that kind of brushes stuff, but Candy don't play. Like, she has her shady moments as well. So if Candy did do something to Tamar that is super legitimate and it happened, and Candy is a laugher, so when Tamar got upset with Candy laughing, it's like both of their dynamics combined. I'm like, no, like, you're sensitive and you are a laugher and you shake things off and you hold things too personal, and it's just not gonna work.
Also,
Yeah.
they both come from reality TV,
Yeah.
so I think that the switch went off for them. It's like, oh, we're in front of cameras, we should air out our laundry,
Yeah.
and we should create a storyline. I think they've had that reality TV mindset for so long. It's like they know what
Except
to do.
Candy didn't want to talk about it
Yeah.
on TV.
That's
She wanted to
but
wait.
See, that's
See?
well, because here's the thing. Because I think you've mentioned this before, but like they want you to basically, when you get into the house, they're like, that's why they don't start filming right away, because they want you to forget that the cameras are there. Like
Right.
they don't want so it's almost as if they're and I'm sure that they they obviously have that reality TV show background where that would come out regardless, but I think maybe that this seemed like a real moment. It didn't seem it didn't
No, it
seem
was.
like
It was not
it didn't seem like it was like it wasn't an
manufactured.
Omarosa thing.
Right.
But yeah, no, I was very curious, and it's just interesting that they would put those two in the house when fair and well that everyone knows
Strategic
this.
for them to put them in the house
Oh,
because
right. They
that
knew
generates
that
the
was
Yeah,
drama.
but, I mean, what a
Florida.
but that's a
From the
disadvantage.
beginning, well, this
See,
is,
that makes me mad a little bit, because
I
it's
don't
like that's a
like them being
disadvantage.
pitted
to them.
against each other personally. Both being in the music industry, both being from Atlanta, and only two black women in the house. Quite frankly, let's just put it there. And I think
Lola
that the
black?
drama from no, she's not black. Lola.
Lolo Jones?
What?
I thought Lolo Jones was half black.
Charles.
Not
Someone
to my
Google that
knowledge.
for
I
us.
thought you what? Let me Google it.
Not to my
In the
knowledge
chat, in
or
the
from my
chat, yeah.
eyes. Okay.
From my eyes.
If you were
Not
right,
apparent to me.
Charles,
Yes.
I'm
That's
so
crazy.
sorry.
It's gonna
be
for the
funny,
look I
but-
just
Okay.
gave you.
Maybe she's just a little tan. But them
Just
being
like-
pit against each other from the beginning, and
Like
you
a
could
Rachel
tell that they
Dolezal
both
situation.
came in
Jesus.
from the top. They were like, "Oh, I don't like her, and I'm gonna be nice to her." Like they both had it in their mind that they were gonna talk about each other from the beginning.
Right. Well, keep
So-
your friends close and your enemies closer. You know?
Exactly. Boom.
Okay, so tonight, I want to know who you guys think is going to go home tonight, because we saw Ricky win the veto. He did not use it, but there is apparently some more twists
Which I
and turns
love.
coming. But so it means that the Mooch, Tom, and Jonathan Bennett are still on the block. Now, at first, we thought, I mean, the whole week, I didn't think Jonathan was unsafe at all. However, we saw again, craters forming with this alliance, cracks in the pavement here, and Jonathan looks to be annoying. Like they think he's annoying, and like do you guys think that this is a good move for this group to turn on him so quickly? I was talking to Morgan earlier, and for me, it's like they're seeing it more. They're seeing it with blinders on. They're not see. They're like, okay, Jonathan is like, yeah, he's annoying, but he's not an imminent threat.
Right.
Like this is a time. Like if I'm one of the house guests and I get a vote, I'm voting out Tom Green, because he to me is the most strategic, the most threatening.
Tom Green?
Tom Green, because he knows the
I'm
game.
telling y'all, he is gonna go
said that?
farther.
Jonathan Bennett
that?
and the Mooch. You think either of them are
I think
more
Tom is
threatening than
definitely the
Tom?
most sneaky out
I think
of
Tamar
all
is the
of
most sneaky. Okay.
Well, no,
For
but
whoever's on the
all the people
block.
on the block.
On the block,
Oh,
on the block.
yeah. I mean, obviously, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, like.
Not even sneaky. She's just real, and she pays close attention.
But
I
Tamar
wouldn't say
to
sneaky.
me knows better than to go
Right.
after her own alliance.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me.
Well, that is true, and that's why I'm like, I love my girl. However, it is never a good idea to turn on your alliance so soon.
That's what I
because
think,
that is the biggest detriment. When I see an alliance formed, I get so excited. But then you have to trust the other people. Why are you most paranoid with the people that you just align with? That
Yeah.
doesn't make any
Right.
sense.
Yes.
So originally, she wasn't feeling candy, and then of course with the Jonathan thing, I don't think. Well, at this point, they need to get Jonathan out. At this
Really?
point, because of the actions. I know it's sad. I don't want him to leave, but because of the actions that were taken, that Lolo, she took it to a whole nother level, fronting them out and be like, "Oh, y'all in an alliance," and flicking them off. Now she's a target, and she puts the entire girl group in jeopardy. So at this point, their best
See-
decision is to get Jonathan out.
Do you guys say
See?
flick or flip?
Flip. It's flip, I thought.
Okay.
What did I say?
No, you said flick, but so does Ryan
So does
Lochte.
Ryan.
So I was
Flick you off?
like
I
flick
say
you
flick
off.
you off.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to censor.
Oh,
That
what
is
do we-
so fetch.
No, yeah. Oh, yes,
Come
yes,
on,
yes,
we gotta
yes.
add it.
All right, we're gonna get them all in.
But you know what? I don't think it's a good idea for them to get Jonathan out
I
because
agree.
he can just be a target
Yeah.
in another week. I'm like,
Okay,
He's
too smart.
harmless. He's
No,
harmless.
he's
but
not harmless.
they can twist it
No.
as
It's a-
easy.
it's-
Like, oh, he's a scapegoat for another week.
Exactly. It's a 7-person alliance. I think you ride your time until it's top 7 and use the time that you have to form an alliance to then get Jonathan out. Tell people, listen, we're going to stay in this alliance. We're committed to this 7-person alliance, but we all know Jonathan's been shady from the offset. So what do you think he's going to do when the 7 people are remaining? He's going to cut us first. So we need to form a way to get him out right after everybody else goes. That's
No.
the first move we need to do.
No. and it's a 6-person alliance. Joey, he is not a part of that alliance.
Well, yeah. I
He
mean,
is not.
doing?
He doesn't even know. They
You know
never even
what?
told him. He's
See-
just so busy being pretty because he is so fine.
He
Joey-
needs hair though.
Joey,
I'm sorry.
yes, Joey Lawrence.
He
yeah,
needs
I mean,
some hair.
I think that again, a lot of these people we haven't spoken about, and I think there's something to that as well, because if you're not on the radar at this point, like all these people in this alliance are painting targets on their back for no reason. Like I think Jessica, that was a great way to say that. Like, why are you so paranoid with the people that you just aligned with?
Yeah.
They're all just making each other targets
Yeah.
to each other.
Right.
Yeah,
just
it's
write it
stupid.
out. Just hang out. Which is okay. This is the reason why Celebrity Big Brother is interesting. Nobody in this house knows how to play the game except for Big Brother, like super fans. Jonathan and maybe
Jonathan's not a
Tamar.
super fan.
Jonathan. I
No.
thought he knew the game.
He does know the game, but I don't think he's like a super fan like Tamar is. Like
Yeah,
she's
Tamar.
watched
I think
way
she's
back.
the number one
Yeah,
super
Tamar
fan
said that
of
she's
this
like
season. Yeah.
watched since season
And
1.
you can
Okay.
tell because she pays attention to
Yeah.
every little thing. Meanwhile, Ryan is too busy trying to get his next directions from Jonathan.
Yeah.
Just tell me what to do, brother.
Well, I know that
Just
was
tell me what to do.
was amazing when she was like, oh, by the way, I know exactly whose HOH this is. You know, when she was
Yes,
like,
she
was
broke
like-
it down.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like, this is Ryan's face, but Jonathan's
I just don't
body.
want
Yeah.
Jonathan to become, like we said, the Shannon of this season. Remember
Right.
last season for Celebrity Big Brother?
See, I think
Shannon.
Lolo's going to be the
Yes,
Shannon.
is,
oh,
too.
100.
She's playing too hard.
Identical twins.
But I think Jonathan is in the place he is only because of the stupid twist in the beginning. If it wasn't for the whole dual HOH
Yes.
and then he got thrust under the block and it forced him to like kind of panic and start playing so hard.
Yeah.
I think had it not been like that, he might still be chilling.
Well, do you
yeah.
think though, do you think that this was the right move for them to team up together? Like, was this the only way that they could do this? Because one of them was going to be on the block, and the other one was going to be
genius.
HOH.
Yeah.
It was ingenious to
I,
me. I thought
that
it was the perfect
brilliant.
play. He was
but,
so good. Yeah.
But do you think that he should have been, that they should have aligned, that they should have just been like, let bygones be bygones?
No, they should have aligned.
Okay.
Everything was so perfect
Okay.
and planned so meticulously. But his downfall was being kind of shady on the side. You know, not telling his entire alliance
Right.
the plan. That's the
Yeah.
only thing.
it's like you started this alliance, so,
So
you
good.
especially need to be the one to follow through
Make
and
sure
bring
everyone is
together.
on the same page. And that's the thing. They don't do reassurances. Like, if I'm going to have an alliance, are we good? Like,
Yeah.
any beef? Like, I like to make sure we're on the same page
That's exactly
always.
what I was thinking. Like, just go in and talk to them. Like, just
Yeah.
seriously scream at them from across the room. Tell everyone that you have an alliance if you need to. Like, really, it's like you need to squash this before it gets any bigger.
Lola
Exactly.
Jones is black, by the way.
What?
Okay,
What?
no.
I
I
looked
was
it
just
up.
about to tell you. No. Leisha Darling, love that name. She says she is Native American, African American, French, and Norwegian descent. Now, her Norwegian descent shows a bit more,
That hurt.
which is why
We
didn't
got a
know.
But she
Really?
probably
A
she
minority.
probably got a discount on college.
Sponsored by
Anyway,
23andMe, hashtag ad. We got a quick 23andMe on the list.
Listen, I did it, and I
Me-
have
this
European
is provided
in me.
by
I'm
Me
5%
Undies.
British.
Oh,
Yes, I am
Really?
5% British, and I am
know
going to
what I
write
am.
that to the
Yes,
hello.
yes,
Is that
definitely.
my accent? Hello,
Hello.
governor.
Okay,
Hello.
so with the aside from like whatever twists or turns, whatever that we think are coming, who right now should go home? Who's going home? Who do you want to go home?
I don't want Jonathan to go home. I think he is going to go home though.
Oh my god.
I really think he is. I think especially with I think Lolo leading the bandwagon to get him out.
Yeah.
I think she can convince people, and I think, unfortunately, I'm very sad to say it, I think this might be his week, but I'll be very excited if he does stay.
Yeah. I don't want
I
him to go.
100% agree. I think that he's great. I would like to see him longer, but they need to get him out now. I want for them to get him out because I am all about this girls group. The future is female. And we are going to do something powerful this season. Don't underestimate a female.
I love it.
Yeah,
Girls
it would be
Alliance.
great.
Kamala Harris is running for president, people. No.
Charles.
I am gonna be the outlier. I'm saying that I can't even make a
Why do
decision.
you hate Tom so much?
I think that
God.
I think Scaramucci's gonna go home.
Okay,
He
Scaramucci
is
is home.
home.
Yeah,
Exactly, which
Way
is
to
why
come
I'm
on.
right.
Really,
What
it's
a
hard.
cop-out.
It is hard to predict
Yeah.
because we really don't know. It's very. I
I'm
mean,
right.
it's a very odd, very odd situation.
I'm gonna be the
I-
outlier and say Jonathan's not going home.
Okay.
I'll say
I
it.
really don't want to see Jonathan. I agree. I don't want to see Jonathan go home. I think. Listen, I still think that yes, if you are next to Jonathan and if it's like a Ross and Marissa situation and you've watched the whole season and you've seen how many times Ross has backstabbed you, and then you see, sweet innocent Marissa, then you're gonna go for the Jonathan Bennett. If he makes it to the end and you are not as squeaky clean as him, he's winning.
Yeah.
So I get why they need to get him out,
Yes,
like what
they
you're
need
saying.
to.
However, I do not think he is the biggest threat on the block. I think Tom Green is the biggest threat on the block. I think he knows the game more. I think that if they were smart, they would get him out now, because I think if he goes further, he will fly under the radar and no one will see him.
And I just think Jonathan Bennett can really read the room and is going to do some serious damage control in these next couple
Yeah,
of
and
days.
he's already
I
galvanized
saw
half the
time.
house.
Yeah.
Let's be real. He
time.
has pull.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Sheena123. They want to shout out. Thank you so much for tuning
yeah,
in.
thank you.
What's up?
Hey, Sheena123, that's my mom's name.
All right, before
With the
we
digits?
Yeah, with the
1, 2,
digits.
3.
It's a family name.
all right, before we get to who we think is going to win this season, our early picks to win. Was there anybody that you guys wanted to see on this season of Celebrity Big Brother that's not on?
Tiffany.
Oh my
Everybody
God!
wants
yes.
Tiffany.
I think she
Everybody
would have
wants
been
New York.
so
Yeah.
funny.
She is
so
hilarious.
entertaining.
Because she was on
She
Celebrity
is.
Big Brother, but
The
UK.
UK, yeah.
Well, here's my thing is I think CBS typecast, and I think they get a lot of very wholesome people. They get the Dancing with the Stars people. They get the sitcom people. They get the athletes. I'm like,
reality
can we
stars,
get
yeah.
one kind of just controversial, like nitty gritty, like maybe we'll punch someone. I don't know. Like, I just want someone who's not so
She wants to
CBS.
take
Tanisha
Bad
Thomas,
Girls
Bad
Club.
Girls Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you,
Okay,
Jess?
MTV and VH1 are for those people, unfortunately.
Guilty.
Who did you want to see?
Honestly, you put me on the spot.
I know.
don't
Sorry,
even know.
Charles. Do you have
I
anyone?
don't know.
Who do I want to see on the show?
Julie.
Julie
Julie,
Chen.
get your butt
Julie
in the
Chen.
house.
All right. Julie Chen
Julie
Moonves.
Chen
Yeah,
Moonves.
Julie Chen Moonves.
Come on.
Right.
Okay, this is like totally out of left field. I thought of this like a few minutes ago. Who would be interesting? Okay, has anybody been on the Tyra Banks train recently and how psychotic crazy she is?
What?
No.
No, in a
No.
good way. In a good way.
I mean, I've always loved Tyra.
Tyra Banks, I've always loved her too.
Yeah.
She'd be great.
If you've seen her
Oh,
in
yeah,
like
she
the
would be.
last few years,
has a really
like
good personality.
the media stuff that she's been doing, she's so off the wall and funny and kooky and crazy and relatable. I think Tyra Banks could
That's
be
a good
fun.
one.
I'm all for
That's a
that.
good
Yeah,
guess.
Actually,
and that's
I'm all
really
for
how
that.
she is. She's been like
Yeah.
that, like always.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know who
Yeah.
I wanted to see, who I
Who?
think would be really very interesting?
You.
Oh yeah, me, because I'm a celebrity. Thank you so much.
O.J.
No,
Simpson.
our the co-founder of AfterBuzz, Maria Menounos.
Oh, hello.
I talked to Kevin about that
Come
today. I was like,
on.
Maria
Yeah,
needs to do
Maria,
it.
I think would be like dangerously good
Yeah.
because she could
She's
fly into the
so
room. She's so
strategic.
likable. She's
Yeah.
very
She's
smart.
athletic.
Like a girl next
Athletic.
door.
Yes, she could play very multiple parts.
I'm
That's
about
true.
it.
I
Next
mean,
year,
seriously,
let's
let's
campaign.
float it by the producers. All right, you guys, really quickly, I know we have to wrap, but who do you guys want to win? Who's your early pick to win? You only can pick one person.
Oh my, who do I-
Okay, who do we want or who do we think?
What do we think?
All right, I mean, I don't know. Who do you think is
pick
going to
one.
win?
Yeah.
Who's going to be
Okay.
the winner of Big Brother?
Guys,
Celebrity Big
okay,
Brother?
it changes every week. Who do I think? Okay, this is a stretch. I think Ricky Williams has a really good chance of going to the end.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I would say, honestly, I think Natalie is playing a really good combined game of strategy and also physicality. But that dumb move that she did, talking with people,
Yeah.
she's not savvy. She's not
You
Big
guys,
Brother
okay, we don't
savvy.
have to say who you think is going to win. You can say who you think is going to go far, like really far, like top two. Let's just say that.
Well, I mean, we've already gone.
Okay, I know. But
Yeah.
just, I'm just saying,
Charles,
like,
you could do top two.
it's hard. It's hard to like tell you guys.
I think Natalie, Eva Marie.
Nem.
Nem.
Yeah. 3 for 6.
Was
God
in
damn
an
it.
amazing position until she made that bonehead move. If she can salvage that, I think that she can go really
Agreed.
far.
Well, she can thank
Also-
Lola for deflecting because that was pretty good. Anyway, go ahead.
Also, I think that Candy has a good shot of going kind of far too. 'Cause
If she can get out of Tamar's radar.
Yeah.
and-
That, and she doesn't relate to people. Like
Yeah.
she's not a personable person. She doesn't sit down and have combos. She just
Or-
looks, and it looks a little sneaky when she just watches.
Or when the twist is when Anthony Scaramucci returns with Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels
Oh
is going to
my
win.
God.
I'm calling it.
Oh my God. Okay,
Yes.
I'm just gonna come out of left field because I think that we haven't really talked about this person. I think Kato Kaelin has a
Shut
fair
up.
Oh my
chance.
God.
Shut
Yep.
your mouth.
And with that, the most annoying person in the house,
Okay, no.
I have a key.
You know what? It's like stranger things
You
have
think
happened.
his
Bryce, if
background
you're
was a
right
comedian.
on
Stranger
that.
things have happened, you guys. That's really just mostly
True.
left field. Joey Lawrence is playing actually a pretty good game too, if he can figure it out. All right, you guys, that's it for us. I can't believe it's already over. The first 3 episodes of Big Brother. We're going to be
So
on
good.
every Monday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Check our Twitters to see what time. And it's going to be on AfterBuzz. They're mostly at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and 9 p.m.
Pacific
so
time.
yeah, Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, so hopefully it will be after the episode, so everyone will hopefully have watched and then they can watch this.
Yeah.
So and maybe there'll be a special guest or two. Well,
I am the special guest.
I know, it's
Are
true.
you kidding
Okay.
me?
Charles.
but check our social media pages. All right, so I mean, I'm so excited for this season. I think we're gonna have
So
a great
good.
time.
I'm like plugged. I'm like obsessed.
All right, so with that, why don't we say our goodbyes?
Oh, well, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Morgan Lee Willett, on Twitter at Morgan_Willett. I don't know. Watch X on the Beach. Shameless
Yes, watch X on the
self-promotion.
Beach.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm Jessica Williams. You can find me on Instagram at Miss Jessica Williams. That's MISS, and on Twitter at Miss Jessica WW.
And I am the athlete, Charles Conoly. You can follow me at Charles Conoly on Twitter and Instagram.
And I am Bryce McLeay. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bryce Advice. From outside the Big Brother house, we are the AfterBuzz TV Celebrity Big Brother panel. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Good
Our
night.
founder, Keven
Good night.
Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.